Two men, both seriously ill, occupied the same hospital room. One man was allowed to sit up in his bed for an hour each afternoon to help drain the fluid from his lungs. His bed was next to the room's only window. The other man had to spend all his time flat on his back. Every afternoon, when the man in the bed by the window could sit up, he would pass the time by describing to his roommate all the things he could see outside the window. The man in the other bed began to live for those 1 hour periods where his world would be broadened by all the activity and color around the world outside. The window overlooked a park with a lovely lake. Ducks and swans played on the water, while children frolicked around in the grass. Young lovers walked arm in arm among the masses of flowers of every color. Beyond the stretches of grass and great trees was a fantastic view of the city skyline in the distance. One warm afternoon, the man by the window described a parade passing by. Although the man couldn't hear the band, he could see it. Every afternoon, as the man by the window described all this in exquisite detail, the man on the other side of the room would close his eyes and imagine the picturesque scenes. The images and descriptions were so vivid, the man felt as if he could almost see what was happening outside. Days and weeks passed. The man began to become jealous of his roommate. Why should he have all the pleasure of seeing out the window? Even though he was ashamed of his thoughts, he wanted more than anything to have the bed by the window. One night, he heard his roommate coughing and choking. He could have easily pushed the button to bring a nurse, but pretended to stay asleep. The next morning, the nurse arrived to find the lifeless body of the man by the window. She was saddened and called attendants to take the body away. As soon as it seemed appropriate, the other man asked if he could be moved next to the window. The nurse was happy to make the switch, and after making sure he was comfortable, left him alone. Slowly, he propped himself up on one elbow to take his first look at the real world outside. He strained to look out the window beside the bed. It faced a blank wall. The man asked his nurse why his roommate would describe such wonderful things outside the window. The nurse responded that the man was blind and couldn't even see the wall. She said perhaps he just wanted to encourage you.